Okay, so I just found out that Ra Imhotep is back online, which is awesome. And he was doing this whole video up upon the letter Z and all geometry and stuff like that. I'm trying to find the right pen right here. But I want to show y'all. Let me see if I can get this to work. I want to show y'all an idea that I have on time and geometry and letters and then the universe and how I came to this idea about time through my research, and I couldn't find a piece of paper, so I'm gonna write it down on a forgive me on well, I mean, times are different and hard right now, but I'm gonna write it down on a paper bag letter, and I've done this in chalk on pavement, and I did this in the court of law when I was going through a court case, which I won. It doesn't matter, but that's when it came to me. But it's this figure. I'm going to show you what I think the figure looks like. But Ra Imhotep is online still. Here's my canvas. Let me get it down on a more solid surface. But I started to think about, I didn't even know what I was thinking about. And there's different ways to draw it, because I could do a diamond shape, but it started out like this. And this is what I think time and energy looks like. And it means a lot to me because it came to me during a really hard time in my life. I did it really bad. Let me try one more time. But it came to me in a time where I was going through a really hard mental space. And because of that difficult mental space, somehow it appeared to me. Sorry. In my psyche or whatever. But then, like I said, watching some videos recently, especially the fact that Ra Imhotep El has been online and been speaking of really similar things, I've been really impressed to show you this image. It's an image, it's a symbol, which, look at this. This is one of those like old-fashioned drawing tools, and now I've kind of fucked it up, but it's okay. But it talks about, he was talking about, and what really impressed me to do this, and what impressed me was that he talked about the fact that time and stuff and death and things move in angles. But then there's a continuity, there's a deathlessness or a another factor that we're capable of tapping into. Man, none of them looks good. It sucks. Let me see if I can do this better. I might need to do a full pyramid. I mean, diamond. I know this sounds cray, but y'all can think what you want. I've been doing this image for a long time in a lot of different places. But basically what it is oh, that looks like shit. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper that will represent this. Okay. Basically what it is I started out when I first drew it as a pyramid triangle, but I think it could also be a diamond shape, which would be a double pyramid, as above, so below. So a diamond would be a double pyramid above and below. But let's just try it with what I started out with, which is this. Pyramid with three points, and the 3 points are hyperactive, but they're still part of the they're still part of I don't know why I can't draw this. The pyramid still is part of the point that everything, as we can think of it, has a structure. Point A to B to C. 1, 2, 3. And Ramotep was talking about the letter Z as being a really interesting part of our vocabulary, and well, it's not even vocabulary, it's part of our, but yes it is, but it's also part of, it's the 26th letter and in the alphabet, and it's 0, which kind of represents death and birth, start and finish. So if you have a structure, I'm going to try and make this simple. This is what it kind of looks like. If you have a structure, this is the most terrible drawing. I tried it like a couple times. But it's supposed to be a pyramid. And then, so you have your 3 points. But then you have, kind of like the yin and yang, you have a shape that goes between all 3, but is like is continuous. That's why where I would say almost the diamond point is better, but that might be above and beyond what we really need. Because if we do that, then we have to do this. We have to do the same thing, but upside down. And it looks kind of like that. I know that looks crazy. But the point is that time and space and life and death, they are symbolic, and so are symbols, which are symbolic of what I'm talking about. And what I just drew was a symbol of what I'm talking about, what I mean, and that's a symbol of a greater thing, from the macro to the micro. And what it really means is that if we're thinking about time and our manipulation of our realities, we can kind of try and think about it as in angles and curves, like a triangle. And then if I wanted to say, there's a triangle, here it is, right on my face. But if I go like this, like, and that's my energy toward it, the triangle will keep its shape, but I can still move around it, or maybe move outside of it. It's really interesting. Ra Imhotep is back on to YouTube, and I hope that you'll subscribe to him or whatever. Very interesting channel, very interesting person, very intelligent. And the shape that I'm talking about that I pretty much couldn't draw, and I'm not going to force it because there's a reason why that didn't happen very well, is I tried there. I've done it so many times. I don't know why I can't do it tonight. It looks like nothing. And that's the diamond one. What I think is a relative way to think about how time and space and travel within those two notions work. Life and death come like a triangle. You're born, you live, you're alive, and you disintegrate, you die. There you is. And then you get this spatial S-curve between that touches all those 3 points. And you have consciousness or potential for something more continuous, like something more that can go in between time and space, but still is kind of bound by the triangle. I think you can get outside of that, but I think that that curve that goes between the triangle that can touch all 3 points. So it's going to touch here and curve around, and then touch here, and it's going to touch this top, and it's going to touch this bottom, and then come back around and not go outside of the curves at that one point. That's where maybe we're in limbo or we're bound, but we can work it. Maybe there's a way out of that, but I don't know. This is a very weird video, but I really wanted to say that. As always, guys.